Hello, guys. Hello, Paul. Sicilian on the board? Yeah, probably. A bit of a tough broadcast thing today. I don't think we're going to be able to see that much. But we're still here for the mental, moral support. Well, you say underrated kid. I say kid. We don't know if they're underrated. He didn't play so well against Alexandra, even though he won. Diana prepped alone a bit. I had some work to do. Yeah, close to Cillian. That's what he plays. That's what Diana prepped for anyway. But I'm not sure what variation she wanted to go for. I'll mute myself for a bit because I have this lesson going on, but I'll be watching the chat. Hello, Tarek. What did she do against the kid? Well, nobody knows. Close Sicilian, probably, we're thinking. It looks like the guy castled queenside, though, if I had to. Because he castled on the left side of the board, I think. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I guess we won't see. Can we zoom in? Well, that's true. That makes it even more difficult. Unclear which way is even which. It's hard to tell anything. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll just watch it that way and see directions. Ich sorry, habe ich nicht gehört. We need to make a donation goal for a high-res camera so we can do this sort of thing. But for now it's going to be a little bit difficult to see what's going on. Oh well. Yeah, it does look like our opponent's thinking more, maybe. We can't even see the clock, which is a bit unfortunate. Hello, Chris Torenso. How is it going today? Well, we're having somehow people got rotated out of the streamer room, so somebody else got the streamer board today for some reason. Not sure why. We were thinking maybe it's because Diana isn't a chess.com streamer, so maybe the others sort of got priority or something. But yeah, this is a little bit difficult this way. But yeah, what can you do? So we're trying to tell what's going on. It's a bit difficult. We don't even know if it's like, you know, the right, correct way. We think he plays the close Sicilian, but it's very difficult to tell what's happening. We're thinking that also, I think the camera is sort of mirrored, so it's, I don't know, it's difficult to tell. We could maybe try this, hold on. We could try this. I don't know, is this more correct? I don't know. I find it hard to see anything anyway. But is this the correct way? How it is in reality? Because the camera is flipped and now I flipped it back? Question mark? I'm not really sure. So if she has played a6 b5, then this should be right, because right, this should be better, because it looks like the pawns are advanced on this side of the board, so this would be the queen side that's facing to us now, so this would be more correct, I assume. But yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna be difficult to tell what's going on anyway. Guess it's a bit better this way, maybe. Maybe we can cut out Diana's opponent a little bit more and then make it bigger. She looks comfortable. Well, let's hope so. I have to mute myself for a bit again. Where is Diana? That's a very good question. Maybe you can find her on the screen if you look real hard. You can't run, you can't hide. It's definitely the real thing. We would never allow an imposter in our chat. And that is in fact Diana that you see on your screen. Not me, but you know, just over there. Sorry, I have to go to the toilet real quick. It was just my turn, so I'm free for a bit. Hello, Mr. Ding. How are you doing? Really need to go get a haircut at some point.
Thanks for the follow.
Diana is a strong player, it's true. I don't know if. Do you have strong eyes and can see what's going on the board? My eyes aren't good enough for that, I'm afraid. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Tudder. No eyes in the world could see this. We need to call Emma for that. Does she have brilliant eyes? Maybe she. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be difficult. Anyway, I have to go for a bit. brilliantly just instead of leaving the breakout room, I left the entire Zoom meeting. So now I exited out of the class. Brilliantly done by me. Hope I'll be let back in. Ah, there you go. Wonderful. I also brilliantly still haven't ordered the textbook for Russian. How many points is she on? She is on... Actually, I can't answer. She's on 1.5. 1 sec. Oh no, what happened to the camera? Oh no. Now we're down in the dumps. Somebody nudged us. That's very unfortunate. Okay, we got it back more or less. The board is doing excellently. Bit difficult to say what's going on, of course. Also difficult to say how much time is left. Even hard to tell whose turn it is. I guess now it's Diana's opponent's turn. Yeah, we'll just have to make do. Maybe after my lesson we can look at some other games that are going on. We'll see. Yeah, he doesn't look too comfortable. That would be good. Maybe she's again winning in a couple of moves, and then we can get this disaster of a broadcast over with. My lesson should be over in about 10 minutes, so then I'll be giving you my, not undivided, but maybe like more of my attention. I think we got her in a bit of a better mindset as well, yeah. We had some, I think she had some fun yesterday as well, and I think it was good. On Saturday, I mean, bonding with Maripant and some other. Did anybody hear about this new drama where Ali Reza is playing in an event farming some people? Let me just quickly look that up. I've seen it on Twitter. There was some drama going on. Ali Reza needs like 8 points to catch Wesley. Ali Reza's beating up on some old-time overrated GMs, allegedly. We'll talk about it. I mean, everybody's abusing the system these days, so I think, yeah. I don't know, it's a shit situation. What can you do? If you're not FIDE, you're fucking people over anyway. Should have invited me also. Oh well. You're washed up, so it's fine. I've actually played in the same event as this Tig Wadze person. funnily enough. I think this kind of drama was always inevitable. FIDE likes to do it, and that makes it happen. That's all. Do you guys remember, by the way, the ethics investigation that was supposed to be happening into Magnus? Did you ever hear anything about that again? No. Whenever FIDE is supposed to do something. Didn't even realize that happened. Interesting. That actually something came of it. It's so funny. At the end of every Russian lesson, so bye-bye, like the analog of bye-bye in Russian, is пока-пока. And, or you know, a Russian teacher says it in a more Russian way. I can't even really do it. Пока-пока, пока-пока. I don't know. But, you know, during the lesson, most of the people in the class, they usually, like, everybody sort of puts on an effort, like, puts in some effort trying to emulate the Russian way of pronouncing things. And then at the end, at the final, everybody's like, пока-пока, like the most German way to say bye-bye in Russian that you've ever heard. It's quite funny. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done now, so brilliant. Yeah, what now? What now? What is happening? Now, of course, we can't see anything of what's happening in Indiana's game, really. But since that is like yeah, so we might as well do some, I don't know, look at some other games, I suppose. Because, you know, what else? Yeah, they are black and white pieces, that's true. Well spotted. Well spotted. Okay, let's, I guess, try to get something on the screen here that resembles a chess game. How about... Yeah, here, oh, no. What? Okay, I don't know what happened with that. Some cowards have already made a draw. Apparently. Oh. Maybe include the name. Okay, brilliant. So we have this, and also we have Ali Reza is playing. Okay, we can't see this, but this is probably, maybe it's over already. I can't see the time ticking anymore. Oh yeah, it's already over. Ali Reza beat Alexandre Desbois. I don't know. It's a very strange name for a, I don't know, very hard to pronounce for me. Maybe it's like Armenian or something. Or Georgian or something, I guess. Let me look at 2700 chess real quick about the impact of this game. How many points does he gain from this? I guess it's not yet in. We could do the maths ourselves. So Alireza, he needs to catch so if he wants to qualify for the candidates. So that means that he needs 7 points. And from this one, he probably gets like 2.5, maybe? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Feed a rating calculator. So he's rated like 2750. 2750, and the other guy is rated like 2490 something. Oh, I closed the window. Brilliant. 2439. Never mind. 2439. And that's a win with a K factor of 10. Oh, 1.4 points only. Okay, well. No, that doesn't help that much. But I guess it's double round robin, so plus 1.4 seems like he's going to have to win like every game though. gonna be a little bit difficult. I think Lanier withdrew, so he's not playing anymore. He stopped playing in Sitges. Yeah. Did he invite some 2200 also? No, I think it's just a 4-player double round robin or something. He's still playing? Are you sure? I heard people say that he withdrew. Okay, maybe. But I haven't seen him. Wait. Dominguez. Oh, he lost. Oh no, he didn't show up. Yeah, he didn't show. Yeah. He didn't show up for the game, I guess. Which, okay, that's not the greatest thing to do. Maybe you should say that before. Let's look at some streamers, I suppose. Wait, hold on. This is too small now. I don't want to have it shaped like this. It's been annoying. Why is it like this? Hold on. Actually, no, I'll just full screen it. Sorry. Okay. Oops. Because it's a bit annoying to navigate things like this. Oh. Okay, there we go. Kind of. The FIDE rules of a rating at a certain point in time proves problematic, as everybody could have predicted. Every single person in the world could have predicted that one. Except, of course, anyone who works at FIDE, because you get a brain amputation. Not only a brain amputation, also like a kind of morality amputation. Your conscience is operated out, and the idiot gene is edited in. It's all a bit dodgy. But okay. Poor guys, you know, gotta appreciate when they really put themselves on the line, undergo this very invasive operation. For some, less invasive than for others. I heard Nigel didn't need too much tampering with before he could work for FIDE. Anyway, I get, you know, I digress. Getting carried away. I'm sure not everybody who works for FIDE is terrible. But did you guys see the voting on the term limits? It's actually so funny because they have anonymous votes, and then suddenly, somehow, some way, for some reason, every single, or not every single, but like 100 federations vote for the abolition of term limits so Dvorkovich can run again. Actually a disgrace. But okay. What can you do? What do we think about this position? Frugi was given the streamer slot today, which is a bit unfortunate because now Diana is this is all we can see of Diana. Might be because Diana is not a chess.com streamer, so it's a bit unfortunate that others might have priority over her, and when it comes to the streaming. But okay, what can you do? Maybe she's gonna be back tomorrow or something. Also, who's this? Like, what? Why is this board? I guess that's still one of the regular boards. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Yevgenia is playing against. She was in some event that Diana and I were doing commentary on. Maybe that was Sligo. or it was some Irish event she played in. Kind of a, I don't know why she's not playing e4. It's like Maroxy bind structure, except there hasn't been e4 played. Okay, and I guess there's a fianchetto, so never mind. That's what happens when you don't look at the board. But okay, this looks, I don't know, I have no idea what it looks like. I'm just going to use the engine today for commentary. Usually I only use it very sparingly. When I don't know what's going on, I turn it on, or when I quickly need some justification. When I feel like I'm gonna talk bull if I don't look at it. But now I can't really be bothered because Diana's game is not on the screen, so I don't really want to think about it too much. Diana, by the way, she's been if you look at her, she's been almost like not hunching as much as she usually does. I almost feel like she's putting in effort not to ruin her posture. Maybe that's healthy. Maybe she's power posing, you know, taking off a lot of space to give herself some added confidence. Yeah, okay, so Diana's playing really fast today. Well, that's probably a good sign. Confidence. And yeah, last time, as long as she was playing fast, she was doing really well. And then she allowed counterplay because she thought for a long time and sort of psyched herself out. Maybe it would suit her to just, you know, go for it and risk it a bit more. After all, that rook h1 move that we were talking about yesterday, sometimes, you know, not yesterday, on Saturday, sometimes these things will go wrong, but maybe it's just positive EV for her to just play these moves without, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Rather than saying, oh, I calculate for half an hour and then the outcome is I'm not sure, and then I don't do it, and then play the other move. Okay, her opponent, I mean, I don't see the position, but her opponent replied fairly quickly. I don't know, we can only hope. Here's hoping. We're kind of covering Diana's face, and maybe that's not the best thing. But also this is not the best thing. Maybe we should do this in black or something. How do we do that? Color? Black? Okay. Okay, and maybe we should do bold or something. And how do we do that? How do I do bold? Bold. Okay. Okay, maybe this is the way to go. But in general, I think it's a bad idea to be passive because of Olympiad. Better to risk more against low rated. Well, the thing is, we did the math, and Tosh and Lara both lost a lot of points. So, and apparently Diana Matz isn't eligible. So then, if Diana Matz isn't eligible, then there's no discussion anyway, I would say, because only Tosh would be additional, and it would be Joanna isn't going to be eligible because she hasn't played any FIDE rated games in the last year, and she needs like 30 or something, or 20, at least some amount in the last year or 2 years, but she hasn't played a single game for a long time. I think the last game was like Irish Championship 2 years ago or something. So she's not going to be eligible. Diana Matz is not going to be eligible. So maybe it's already basically a lock. It could be the case, for all we know. She's ahead rating-wise of Tosh. Well, she was ahead of Tosh in the FIDE rating. Right now, I guess she is just slightly lower than Tosh. No, but it doesn't really matter that much as I said, yeah. She's ahead of Lara, but she doesn't even need to be ahead of Lara because it's going to be Trisha, Alice, and if Diana Metz is truly not eligible, it's going to be Tosh, Lara, Diana, and then it's going to be 5, and that's going to be good. I mean, it's not, it's never really certain. You never know with the ICU. The Irish Chess Federation is a little bit, I mean, maybe it's just chess federations in general that are a bit dodge, but Irish Chess Federation sometimes a little bit, let's say, unpredictable. Mercurial. Keeping it exciting. Anyway, let's look at Alexandra's game. She's been having a tough tournament, really tough. Let's just look at her results for a second here. Alexandra, she's a half out of 5 so far. So she's lost against the 2200, lost against the 2000, lost against the 2000, lost against the 1600, and drew against the 1700. So 1600 performance rating, minus 28 points. So tough. And this has been something that's been true for a lot of people that I've seen. A lot of people having tough tournaments, seemingly. Not a fun tournament for everyone, that's for sure. So let's see how her game's going. So also close to, well, okay. I mean, kind of a delayed open, like it started as a closed Sicilian, but now it's not really closed anymore. I don't know why we play this way. I guess that's normal. I don't know. I'm not really too familiar. I wouldn't take the bishop myself there, but so I guess knight of 6 is the main move here. Knight c3 is okay, and then taking with the knight is weird because now, I mean, we allow g6. I guess that would be the punish of black not having played knight of 6. So taking with the queen now there's also no reason not to take with the queen because there's no knight c6 anymore. You'd already traded that off. So actually kind of a strange choice to take with the knight, but I mean, it doesn't matter too much, I guess. And here you just have kind of an attacking plan. Now, what do we think about the inclusion of trading this bishop for this knight? Does it help or hinder the attack? What I do think is that this might be difficult for some people to play if they're not really used to this kind of Sicilian. The g6 Sicilians, they're a bit of a... if you don't want to play them without playing them, you don't want to just go into them because it's very easy to like run into this sort of stuff and then it's just play on one goal. So it's something where you kind of want to know some defensive ideas. Usually it's fairly... Whoa, no, what? Okay, now Diana's... Okay, we've lost her completely. Maybe we... Oh no. Okay, oh well... So Diana's gone. We lost the... Yeah. Okay. It's unfortunate. We lost the feed. I guess that means we're not going to keep the stream going because, I don't know, I'm not going to commentate on random people's games. Ooh, Jules is also getting wrecked, apparently. Yeah, the d5 Sicilian's always a bit risky, I feel like. This is also something I much prefer the knight of 6 Alapins. I meant Alapins. Because this can go very badly, like here, for example, where black is just a pawn down. This pawn is like in the middle of nowhere, white has the bishop pair. Okay, so this is not usually how it goes wrong, when it goes wrong. Usually it goes wrong in the sense that black gets a tremendous amount of play with the isolated pawn, with the IQP, but here, I don't know, white just took the pawn and kept the pawn. And probably, I mean, we want to try to undermine it. A5 is like the normal move here. And then we need to sort of think where to put our knight, I suppose. Maybe we can go here and here, but at least we sort of broke up this pawn structure a little bit. Now they can't defend each other so much, but now, I mean, once we allow this, here probably, I mean, I don't know, I mean, it's hard. I mean, this doesn't really help either, because now, like, if you had this pawn back on e6 or something, maybe, no, but even that, no, not really. If you could put this pawn on d6, you know, then maybe, but this looks pretty awful. And this looks pretty lost, to be honest. Also, this pawn is, oops, not this pawn. This pawn is very good as well, on top of everything. So yeah, not looking good. Let's see Maripant. Playing a 1700, she's looking for a win. Again, with the hyper accelerated dragon. Her opponent playing quickly. But not the most convincing variation against it. Yeah, now, I mean, we don't mind the knight going back here, I think, is the idea of the accelerated dragon. That f6, kind of a common theme in this opening. You get the f file. And this is kind of what you hope for. Now you play this, and then you're kind of winning if you achieve this. So you gotta stop it. Okay, I mean, that's kind of brute force stopping it. Well, I say you gotta stop it. It is kind of the way to stop it. I mean, that is the way to stop it. Because if you go here, you don't really want to do that because the f-file is already open. Tough position, this one, for white. Maybe you can do this and then f3. Oh, no, you can't. You can't because you just hang this immediately. Never mind. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay, but then anyway, knight g4. And now, yeah. This is tough. The trade here quite favors black because this bishop, people often think in these accelerated or hyper accelerated dragons, the bishop is actually really good, but actually it's kind of a liability sometimes because it gets bad once you play something like this. Okay, intermediate move, rook takes. It's clever because if you move your bishop, then you take here, and if you take here, you get forked, and otherwise there's queen h2 mate. Yeah, so actually clever move. I wonder if she set this up. Yeah, I played it quite quickly. Well done. Hey Goku, how are you doing? We lost Diana, unfortunately, and she doesn't have a live board today. So we're just about to end the stream, I think. We're just taking a quick look around at what's going on. Why no live board today? I don't know. The streamer board, maybe they're giving like preference to the chess.com streamers now or something. Just because they're like partnered with Chessable and all that. But I think Fruji is on the stream board today. So it's all chess.com streamers now. Yeah, I mean, a bit unfortunate, but it makes sense, I guess. for them. But I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, Marapan, that's true. I don't know why. She's not even streaming anyway, isn't she? Is she streaming? Is anybody streaming her games? Actually, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Let's see. Probably she isn't, is she? Probably she isn't, is she? Probably she isn't. Marpant. No. Not streaming. So actually that is a bit strange.
That I should...
Oh, Emma's playing some chess. Oh, I guess everybody's playing this chess played quick thing.
Du kannst im Schach nicht alles planen. Nur mit Wissen und Erfahrung kann ich
Oh my
vorausschauend
God.
handeln.
Ew. Get a chess themed ad from Elizabeth Pats for some insurance thing. That's weird. Get her off my screen, please. Thank you. Fewer boards are being transmitted. Is that true? I thought it's still 46 as the whole time, but maybe not. Maybe some of them aren't actually being transmitted. Yeah, they do have to be on a high enough board, but that's been the way from the start. That way from the start. Okay, so I'm here. Wait, so what was the ultimate thing here? I guess the bishop doesn't even have any square to go to either. Yeah, I guess the bishop doesn't have any squares. But let's say if it did, would it still be mate? Like, let's say here or something. No, I mean, you can't go anywhere. Let's say you go here. Do we have mate? Probably somehow. King e2, queen g2, and here. Yeah, so that would be mate anyway. I mean, the first day was chaotic with transmissions. Yeah, that's true. The first day was rough. Okay, so Marapan seems to be winning here very quickly. 16 moves, and that game's kind of over. So well done. Alexandra, meh position. Jules lost, dead lost, and an Alpine that went really badly, unfortunately. She seems quite nice. I've never watched her stream, but from what Deanna's been saying, she seems like a cool person. Yeah, Maripand winning, that's good. We like that. And Frugi, unclear. But we are attacking, so probably, I mean, looks kind of nice. Queen coming in and everything. But computer says holdable. Can we find any other interesting games? Maybe Kostya or somebody else, some other high level games. Okay, already a draw here. Okay, some Italian. I guess this is the thing that people know. It's already been played before, but only one time, so it's not like a super common drawing line. How about this one? Okay, this is some very standard stuff. Some exchange QGD. So what's the tactical idea behind this? If black takes, then we play. Oh yeah, queen c1, and we get this one. Makes sense. Interesting. I would be quite tempted to play e4 here. Oh, never mind. We're losing this pawn. Okay, I'm not quite awake. Nobody trusts me with chess. Fuji missed all the other events due to being sick. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, but couldn't white still have taken there? Maybe the pawns are a bit strong. Maybe we don't want to simplify now, and the king is not the safest I've ever seen. But maybe white has something here with the pawn. I don't know. Could be a thing. These pawns are quite nice. If we have to trade queens, maybe it's not so easy. And maybe also white can use the time to get some play over on the queen side, or in the center maybe. I don't know. Also bring this rook on. I don't know. White's king is open, but the rest of the position seems quite pleasant. If it was a game without kings, I would take white. Okay, so Petkov against Situraman. Caro. I've been actually I was inspired by prepping for Diana's game. I've been learning the exchange variation. I mean learning. I've been trying it in Blitz is what I should say. With knowing some very basic ideas. And I've been quite enjoying it actually. I never really loved the Caro-Kann structures too much, but the exchange actually kind of gives you some simple attacking positions. It's actually quite pleasant, I feel like. Okay, they're playing quite slowly. Situraman only has 39 minutes left, and they're only on move 13. I played the same tournament as Petkov earlier this year. Okay, you've played all the events, Halvard. All of them. Alexeyenko is back after losing to our Australian friend. Oh, another Caro. Wait, was that the one I just looked at? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Oh no, never mind. 2 Caro-Kanns. Yeah, 2 Caro-Kanns on 2 adjacent boards. And advance again. Whoa, okay. Does this move... Bishop e3, is that a thing? I guess... What are we doing with that? We're stopping the c5 variation or what? Well, not even stopping it. I mean, preempting it maybe? But it does, I don't really see the point of bishop e3 as a move, but okay. If you want to go for that, then sure. Pretty talented, like 17 years old. Alexeyenko lost to 1a3. Really? Is that what he played? I saw the game. Well, I mean, I looked at over the game briefly, but maybe I didn't look at the opening. I looked at it at least starting from some point. That's funny that he lost to a3. It's funny that somebody played a3. It's kind of embarrassing, I guess, to lose to if you're a super GM or close to it. Quite funny. But I mean, I guess it's, you're not worse after a3. It's the 0-0 opening. A different 0-0 opening. I think there's some ideas behind it, right? Did they tell Diana? No, not really. I mean, she just came and then, I don't know, I guess her board allocation was different. And it didn't, like, she was wondering about it, so they didn't tell her clearly why it was. Not sure. It's a bit weird because she's having another buy anyway. It's a bit annoying that she has a round where she's not on the streamer thingy. Except even like Maripant isn't even streaming, so I don't really understand why Maripant is in the streamers area. So yeah, I don't know, but okay, it's fine. Mussar against Jirel. Okay, so some Italian. Okay. I don't know what to think about this one. It looks... So white has this weakness, but nice pieces. Black. I don't know, I kind of like black, to be honest. I kind of like black's position. Has played f6, but it seems very solid. It seems like... I mean, I'm not really sure what white's plan is exactly. So maybe I like... maybe I'd take black here just because it seems a bit easier to find some constructive things to do. Maybe I would get a place in the streamer's room. Well, you are a chess.com streamer, so there you go. Maybe you would. Okay, a London. How fun. Like an orthodox London as well, where we put all of the pieces on the London squares. Okay. I don't know. I mean, doesn't seem to have paid off tremendously. Seems pretty solid for black. I always like my positions, usually in these types of positions when I get a 5 in. I feel like that's decent. Now we can trade our knights off, maybe. Or suggest such a thing anyway. Okay, Mendonca. King is Indian, always brave, I feel like, against these. F3. Okay, not the most exciting variation I've ever seen. Taking on d4. I mean, okay, I guess it's a thing. So what? Black gives up a pawn for and trades queens, and doesn't have the d file. But maybe the rook can be chased away somehow. Maybe you can do well. Maybe you can play this at some point. And then this. But a bit weird, but maybe okay. Maybe okay. The knights do look very nice, but also I could see white's knights coming in at some point as well. So kind of a interesting position. Interesting. I'll be taking a look at that later, maybe just to see how it developed. Okay, let's I don't know. I don't want to look at all of these games. I actually just wanted to see if there's a Prus or Kostya game. Okay, no Prus. Kavutsky. Oh, he's playing against Sasekura now. David already played against them. We should check that out before next year. These kids. Wait, which kids? King's Indian kids. Let's see what he played. Okay, so he has a kind of a, let's call it a static repertoire with black. I think he plays the King's Indian and the Taimanov mostly. Okay, I've also seen him play the Knight's Tango or whatever it's called, like the Nimzowitsch defense, against both d4 and e4 in classical games. Not that I stalk or anything. Yeah, I also really like playing against Taimanov, to be honest. I think some of the Sicilians, yeah, they're less comfortable to play against than the Taimanov. But I guess that goes for the other side as well. It's maybe a little bit calmer. I especially don't like to play against the accelerated dragon That's my least favorite. Because I don't like playing the Meroxy bind, and then I don't know what else to do. Like, just out of principle. It's not like I don't like the positions in a Meroxy bind. I just... I don't like playing... Like, I don't like it when people play them as against me. When I'm black. And I don't like to play them as white either. Just don't really gel with me. Not my kind of chess. Okay. Well... Trading off everything. A bit of a... Wait, what did white play? What kind of variation? So... Queen d3. It's kind of also a little bit fashionable, I think. But maybe not in this exact position. I know that once upon a time I saw like a Robin van Kampen thingy on the time went off, and there were some queen d3 lines. But I'm not sure if it was like this. With f3 and bishop f4. Bishop f4, I guess, not really a thing. But okay. Seems very tame anyway. Seems quite tame. We are saying as black, I suppose, that as white, that this is a weakness and it's not so terribly easy to get rid of it. Which might be true. Could also, well, yeah. Queen e3 versus queen c7 instead of a6. So you mean if they play queen c7, then queen d3. Yeah, I've seen something like this. I don't know. Maybe you don't trade. I don't know. Yeah, I guess because of that move. That's why you like it, and then you can go over there. Kind of a motif that's kind of common. Usually it's okay to put the queen on b8, but I guess once you can trade it off, then that's not so pleasant, so you have to kind of play d6, and then this bishop is a little bit tied down here, tied down here. It's hard to move, I suppose, so I can see that being a reasonable idea. Or knight takes c6. Okay. Anyway, that's it, I think. I don't think Diana's feed is coming back. I don't know why it would have. I mean, either her phone died or, I don't know, somebody attacked it violently. Not really sure. But that's it for me. We'll be hopefully back with a game tomorrow. Yeah, that is unfortunate that there wasn't anything for us to commentate on today. But Diana's gonna win, so that's good. I'll just say that. We know that it's true. So yeah, that's all. And we're gonna be winning again tomorrow, and then the day after, and then Diana's gonna win the tournament. No, probably a bit too late for that, but gonna win something. Gonna win some rating points or whatever you want to win at these events. Okay, anyway, I'll find someone to raid, unless somebody already has one. Wait, is just Dodo streaming? Not actively. They're online, but there's nobody there. Okay, actually, no. We're gonna raid Royd. We're gonna raid Vampire Chicken, who is streaming Super Auto Pets. Because I want to. There you go. We're gonna raid him. You all learned some Super Auto Pets. It's a new weekly. I've already won it. because I'm a genius. And let's see if Vampire Chicken can do the same. I'll see you tomorrow.